So one thing about me is I'm not one to recycle video ideas. You feel me? Once I get something off my chest, I tend to just leave it like that until I find some new information or a newfound perspective for me to add on to that, idea. And I'll end up creating a part two. This topic has been reoccurring on my timeline on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, if you consider that social media, but like this has been a reoccurring topic and theme I've been seeing time and time again, even past since I made the last video. And with a newfound perspective, new information, and more opinions to add upon, I decided why not come today and make this video on why polygamy isn't toxic. Part 2. So in my last video, which I dropped earlier this year, I made a couple points on why I personally don't think polygamy is toxic and I see nothing wrong with polygamy. And I kind of briefly went over each of the points. The video wasn't that long, but I briefly, just gave my own opinion about, how we as people are not naturally monogamous. It's like we practice monogamy so we can be close to one another, but like when we actually try to do it, it all falls apart, you feel me? Especially in this generation where everyone is so promiscuous and everyone just, free balling everything, raw dog your life, you know what I'm saying? I feel like polygamy could be another option, another alternative method for people that want to get in relationships, a nigga being with multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? After I made the video, like I said, I've been seeing more and more, videos and content about the topic polygamy, and I'm becoming more informative about the whole idea of polygamy. And this just enforces the ideas I already had about polygamy and why I already thought it wasn't toxic. This just further enforces those beliefs and just me like, yeah, polygamy might actually be the way to go, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the reason why people are even saying polygamy is toxic and why a polygamous relationship is so toxic and shit, whoop-de-woo, is because nowadays in our society, it's not common to see that. It's not common to see a nigga walking down the street with two wives, both of his wives in his arms and shit, walking down that motherfucking, both of his wives are just rubbing his chest and shit. You're not gonna see that on a daily basis. When we try to like fight against something that has been so, normalized, which is monogamy, it's like, well, the other thing that other than monogamy is like just completely, no, it's toxic as shit, it's wrong, you should not be doing that. And in this video, I'm going to make a few points and structure these points on why I truly do not think polygamy is toxic and how monogamy has formed our, perception of what relationships are, or in this case, what relationships should look like, you know what I'm saying? And the first point I got on why polygamy is not toxic is because of the options you have. Now I know this might sound crazy and shit, and like, oh, you should only be with one person. Why would you want options when that one person should be everything that you need? You know what I'm saying? Some people need more than one person, you know what I'm saying? Just some niggas need more than one. Like, niggas, some people eat more than others, some people sleep more than others, some people just need one more partner than the other person. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just some people just need more in life. Especially a nigga that's high value, that has everything that a woman is looking for. He has the leverage over the whole dating market. Like, why would he not want more than one wife? Or why would he not want more than, just a single woman to be with? When he have 3 women that will do that same thing as that one woman will do. Like, if you had that many options in this world full, like, you really trying to tell me you will just stay with one person for the rest of your life? One person? And some people might just, their whole, just fundamental understanding of what relationships should look like may say that's wrong for you to be with more than one person. But if you're more open-minded, like how I am, on how relationships could be, you just start to wonder, like, what's wrong with having more than one person? What's wrong with having more than one option? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? Like, think about it. What is really wrong with having more than one option? You know what I'm saying? If everyone is at a mutual understanding, everyone understand what role they play, everyone is, in consent of being in this polygamous relationship. It's not like anyone's cheating or no shit. I'm not condoning cheating at all. Everyone's consensually, willingly putting themselves in the position to be in a polygamous relationship. What's wrong with that? Like, what is wrong with actually being in a polygamous relationship? I'll be the last person that'll be condoning cheating, bro. I'm not saying that, oh, if you're in a monogamous relationship with your one wife and you want to mess with other people, just go around mess with other people behind your one wife's back. I'm not saying you should do that. I don't condone cheating at all, bro. But if everyone is in consent with what's going on, then it's a green light. Everything is good. Personally, me, I truly feel like it's not that most niggas don't want to be in a polygamous relationship. I feel like most niggas just can't handle being in a polygamous relationship. All the things that comes with it, they just can't handle that, and they choose to settle with being monogamous. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with being monogamous at all. It's literally nothing wrong with it. It's your life, your preference. Number 2, biology. And I'm gonna continue to make this point, but I don't feel like people are naturally monogamous. I just don't feel like people are, especially men, especially niggas. Us niggas, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Niggas are not monogamous whatsoever, bro. We want roster. We always say, bro, look at the roster I got. Why do you think we always say that, bro? Because we don't want to be with just one girl, bro. We don't, of course, I'm not saying we just want to sleep with every bitch in the world. We kind of do, but I'm not saying that we don't do that, but I'm just saying it's better for us to have more than one. Why have one when you can have more than one? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you should compromise quality over quantity, be with a whole bunch of raggedy ass bitches that ain't good for you over being with one solid woman. I'll choose being with that one solid woman any day of the week. But if you have 3 solid women, then shit, the more the merrier. It's in our DNA as men to want to spread our seed, just spread our seed, continue on our DNA, you know what I'm saying? It's in our biological nature to do that. So what better way to do that than polygamy? You know what I'm saying? What's better than polygamy to do that? And I think I mentioned this in the last video too. Polygamy is practiced all the time in the animal kingdom. Look at lions. Literally look at lions, bro. Lions will have multiple female partners, multiple, female lions will have multiple male partners. It's part of our DNA. It's part of our biological, essence. Number 3, the last point I want to make is social standard. We see monogamous relationship all the time, bro. We see it all the time, and this makes us feel like polygamous relationships is wrong. How is polygamy wrong? Who said polygamy is wrong? Who said that it was only supposed to be monogamy and that's it? We have made society in a way that we should abide by certain precedents. We should just abide by that without any questions asked. And it's I want to be in a way free from all sorts of, oppression, all forms of oppression, financially, physically, and romantically too. I want to be free from all of that. I want to have my own say, do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, however I want to do it. That includes, my relationships too, how I have relationships with other women and shit. As long as the people I'm with is good and they're taken care of and, everyone's happy, why should I listen to how society tells us this is how you should form your relationships? Your relationships should be like this. Why should I listen to that? But of course, there's a lot that comes with being in a polygamous relationship. Like I said, most niggas can't handle being in a polygamous relationship because it's a lot that comes with it, you know what I'm saying? Make sure all your partners are taken care of financially, emotionally, physically, all that. You got to make sure that they're straight. You have to make sure that, you are showing that you will protect them no matter what. You'll protect and provide for them. And it's difficult for most men to do that if you have multiple wives or multiple girlfriends. It's already hard enough to do that with one. And of course, it's going to be quite time consuming. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the last video, but it's going to be pretty time consuming. And if you have that sort of time, if you have built yourself up to a point where you have that sort of time, you have that time in your hand, fuck it, why not being in a polygamous relationship? It's damn near managing a whole business right there. That is literally damn near managing a whole ass business. Some people are not cut for that. Some people are just meant to be workers, employees, not a fucking CEO and shit. And I know in my last video about polygamy, I said I would not be in a polygamous relationship. And now, fast forward a year later, making this video now, I'm not saying that I would be in a polygamous relationship, but I'm not saying I wouldn't either. I'm open for it. I'm open to being in a polygamous relationship if I have it within me to to be able to handle it, of course. Give each bitch my availability sheet like I'm working at a job or some shit. Like I said, you know, through videos I watch and things I've seen and a newfound perspective, being in a polygamous relationship is starting to look more and more appealing. It's starting to look a little more appealing. But of course, I wouldn't mind being in a monogamous relationship either. It really just depends on how I'm feeling, probably. And I could see myself being in a monogamous relationship too, you know, being with just one person. It's definitely gonna be a lot less stressful. So it really just, shit, I'm up for whatever, you know. I'm up for all smoke, you know what I'm saying? I'm up for all smoke. So in conclusion, man, polygamy is not toxic, but also polygamy is not for every person. I'll definitely say that. Polygamy is not for every person. But it's shit, if you got it like that, my nigga, if you got that shit like that, you really got that shit in your Duffy for real, bro, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? A polygamous relationship is definitely harder to manage than a regular relationship. Well, I would say regular relationship, monogamous relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely more challenging, and it's gonna push you more to be the best nigga you can be. So if you're up for it, then shit, why not be in a polygamous relationship? But for y'all, for the most of y'all should probably be in a monogamous relationship for your own good, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, shit, what can I say? What can I say? If you got it like that, then do it, bro. If you don't, that's cool. Do you. Everyone got their own preference, you know what I'm saying? Can't tell you how to live your life. And yeah, that's the whole video. That's the whole video. Appreciate y'all for watching this shit. Yes, sir. We out of here.